Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. And tonight we're talking about Hyperactive and a Zebec partnership and why the partnership makes sense. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. What up, Tony? Zebec to the moon. Let's go. So this is, we'll start the screen share, and this is our sponsor, Caleb and Brown. Just trying to turn the screen share on here. So this is our partner, Caleb and Brown. Shout out to Caleb and Brown, and thanks for helping support the BTM Crypto News Network. And as always, Caleb and Brown is a crypto brokerage that helps you with your crypto. That gives you a one-on-one personal broker and helps you with 24/7 support. You got a question, there's always someone there to answer your question. So if you're new to crypto, this is a great place to start. A good beginner level brokerage that helps you navigate the exciting world of crypto. The link is in the description. Thanks for everyone who signed up. Thanks for everyone that's supporting the channel. What up, Silver Days? Zebec. Tony T, what's going on? What's going on, Silver Days? But as you can see here, brutal start to the week. It's brutal cold outside, and the market is brutally cold inside. So we got Farcoin up 6.2%, Beer up 3.5%, Prime up 7.6%, Nexo up 1.9%, and everything else is red. Bitcoin is down 3.4% on the day, no change on the hour, down 1.8 on the week, down 21.3 on the month, and 11.1 on the year. We are back at 86,000. I think it went up to 90 and came back down over the weekend. World Mobile is down 8.4 on the day, 1.1 on the hour, 20.1 on the week, 37.7 on the month, 83.4 on the year. Zcash is down 17.4 on the day, 3% on the up 3% on the hour, down 32.6 on the week, down 14.7 on the week, but still up 489%. Metal is down 11.9 on the day, up 1% on the hour, 2.6 down on the week, 22.9 on the month, and up 227 on the year. Stronghold is down 10% on the day, up 0.4 on the hour, or down 0.4 on the hour, up 18.9 for the week, down 10.8 on the month, and down up 19% on the year. Let's see here. Sui's down 7.8. FTT is down 10.9. XRP is down 4.3 on the day, 0.5 on the hour, down 9.6 on the week, down 19.1 on the month, and down 11.3 on the year. And it's currently at $2.02. Let's see here. What else are we watching? Casper is down 6.9. Cubic is down 4.4. Swarm's down 12.3. Helium's down 8.8. Litecoin's down 3.3. See here. What else we're looking at? Aleo's down 6.4. XPR is down 5.4 on the day, up 1.1 on the hour, down 6% on the week, down 23.7 on the month, and up 161 on the year. Tiles down 5.3 on the day, up 0.1 on the hour, down 8.3 on the week, down 46.6 on the month, and 58.2 on the year. It's BitTensor Tau. Let's see here. Solana is down 3.3 on the day, 8.2 on the week, 31.9 on the month, and 46.5 on the year, down to 126.93. And that was Solana. XPR is down 0.4. FED's down 0.6. Monero is down 6.4. Arbitron is down 4.8. And just down 5.3. Ordinate down 5.5. PIF down 4.7. HCX is down 4.4. NEAR is down 6.9. HBAR is down 3.2 on the day, 10.1 on the week, 31.7 on the month, and 36.3 on the year. And now, the payment processor we all know and love. Wait a minute. We're going to do Ethereum real quick. And we'll come back to that. Ethereum is down 4.2 on the day, 0% change on the hour, down 5% on the week, 27.7 on the month, and 24.5 on the year. Back under 3,000 to 2,797. Of course, the payroll processor we all know and love is up 0.8 on the hour, down 2.9 on the day, down 15.6 on the week, down 22.1 on the month, and up 134 on the year. And we're at the 0028, up one place. So we'll close out the bubbles and come back to that. So holder count is, that's weird. I thought I closed the bubbles. Holder count is 89,012. So 4 hours we gained 13, 12 hours we gained 23. For the day, it's unchanged. For 3 days, it's unchanged. For the week is up 218 holders. 2 weeks, 798. And for the month, we're up 1,519. So it looks like something is pumping. We're up 1,519 on the month. SoloScan has us at 89,015. So we're probably going to hit that 100,000 mark sooner than you think. And this is Zebec on CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap has, that's what I closed. I closed X by accident. So let me see. Going back into X. So we are Zebec. This can't be right. Oh, that's right, because this is 24 hours. Wait for this to refresh. So we're at the 00287, down 2.4 on the, down 1.85 on the day. Market cap is 216, down, wow, 20.8% on the day. That's weird. 24-hour trading volume is 13.7 million, up 23.3 on the day as well. Just checking some numbers here. So going back to CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is showing whenever the numbers populate. Market cap for crypto is down to 2.9 trillion, down 3.2. Similar numbers as last week. It came up and went back down. CMC 20 is 181.5, down 3.25 as well. Fear and greed index is in fear. So we're at extreme fear. Now we're back to fear at 20. Altcoin season is 24 out of 100. So it's definitely still Bitcoin heavy. And the average crypto RSI is 37.74. Oh, wow. Stronghold is on Uphold. Okay. We might have to check that out. So let me know if you guys are holding Uphold. So over to X. Let's see what's going on. While this is loading, let's go back over to the chat. What's going on here? What up, Silver? Crypto Clay. Silver Days, my man. What's good, brother? Tony S. What up, brother? Crypto Clay, my brother. Let's go. Beep, beep, beep. Silver Days, exactly. Clay, come on in. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Someone roll that beautiful intro, that beautiful bean footage. Huh? Love Bradley. This thesis has been closest to right the entire time, in my opinion. His thesis. Okay. It's going to be bigger than we expected. Zebec's winning, even in the market's bleeding. What up, San Diego? So over to X. So this is a poll from last week. What is your price prediction for ZBCN by the end of Q1 2026? And the majority saying 15 cents, 35.2%, 10 cents, 24.2, 5 cents, 18.7, and 1 penny, 2%. So it looks like 15%, then 10%, then a penny, then 5 cents. So this is the live stream, started at 6:05 p.m. This is a quick video from Crypto Chrome. Let's play this video.
Most people still think of Zebec Network as a payroll tool, but this week, it became something very different. Ghostware OS was integrated directly into Zebec Network's settlement layer. That means USDC now moves privately, silently, and fully encrypted at Solana speed. No mempool exposure, no visibility into payroll or treasury flows. For enterprises, that's not a nice to have, that's mandatory. Public chains built speed, Zebec Network coin built privacy into motion. That's what makes it infrastructure. Now imagine streaming USDC payroll privately across borders. Vendor payments routed without leaving traceable metadata, treasury operations handled in real time at settlement level, with institutional partners like NatPay, Azure, CodaPay, and Circle already in the loop. Crypto Chrome has been analyzing how financial systems evolve. Speed gets attention, security earns adoption, and when both become native, something shifts. Most protocols are waiting to scale. Zebec Network quietly built the rails while no one was watching. Think back to the moment you realized some systems don't move loud, they move precisely, and sometimes when the noise fades, that's when the infrastructure turns on.
So shout out to Crypto Chrome. This is another video. So we did have the partnership with Ghostware OS, and also the video we're talking about is HYPERNATIVE Labs. Let's see what he's saying about HYPERNATIVE Labs real quick.
If you still think crypto is fighting regulators, you're already behind. Right now, projects like Zebec Network are building directly into the compliance systems enterprises trust, and this may be the shift most people miss. The latest news confirms it. Zebec Network Coin just partnered with HYPERNATIVE to expand its compliance tech, using AI-driven threat detection, real-time monitoring, and AML-grade security across more than 60 blockchains. This isn't making payments anonymous. It's making payments regulation-ready. Most crypto startups try to avoid scrutiny. Zebec Network is actually building for it, integrating tools that meet global standards set by OFAC and ISO. Here's what that signals. As enterprise money enters crypto, the winners won't be the loudest projects. They'll be the ones infrastructure relies on. HYPERNATIVE enhances Zebec Network's ecosystem by protecting real-time payrolls, treasury operations, and enterprise settlement flows from exploits or regulatory risk. That's the kind of architecture banks notice, and governments can work with. AI security, on-chain telemetry, proactive threat prevention. These words sound technical now, but later they'll sound like, oh, that's when it shifted. And that's the role of cryptochrome, narrating the shift before it becomes obvious. Follow now, because once the system fully adopts this model, people still looking for hype-based crypto may realize they were focused on the wrong type of innovation. Compliance used to be seen as friction, but Zebec Network proves friction is speed, because once you realize compliance speeds money instead of slowing it, the idea never leaves you.
Shout out to Crypto Chrome. Yes, Silver Days, smash the like button. Keeping it moving. This is Throbbing Lantern. It seems like we need more Zebekians in our community. Adoption only 40 to 70 million people actively use crypto out of 716 total holders, revealing a huge upside as hundreds of millions have yet to move on chain. And that's what I'm constantly telling people, you're still early to the party, guys. The DJ hadn't even warmed up yet, right? This is global crypto holders, 216 mil 181 monthly active addresses, 40 to 70 million estimated monthly active users, 10 million users added last year. One represents the people who own crypto but do not necessarily transact on chain. Two represents the number of distinct active sender addresses across tracked blockchains. Three represents the number of unique people who transact on chain monthly. So only 40 to 70 million out of 716 million crypto users. So there's definitely room, guys. There's plenty of room to grow. Zebec Network Deep Dive. What is ZBCN? Buy or pass? We'll check that out later. This is my main man, Black Roo. Let's see what he was talking about earlier. We slow this down from his live stream. Let's see. Check Black Roo out.
Robotics, only the best of the best will make it in their profession. And with things like Zebec, you can have someone have a phone, have a neobank, and you can hire, say, I'm a programmer, right? So you could hire a programmer in like China or Russia or Australia and possibly pay them less money than you would an American. And maybe you only hire them for a task or a gig and they get paid instantly, right? So with that, Zebec is going to need to have the Zebec net, right? Where your phone is essentially your bank, your crypto wallet. I think that's even more important for Zebec than its own layer one, because they want to be chain agnostic. They want to, I think they connect to like 20 chains now. So for them, it's going to be really important to be this phone app where, okay, the employer can immediately pay you and We have some words from Simon Babakani, basically explaining that. Let's go share this tab and have Simon say it for us here. Let me bring that back up.
We started with our revolutionary payroll streaming technology, and we've now built an ecosystem of products around it, such as the Zebec card suite and the upcoming Zebec Super, to ensure that our users have real-time global access to our network and low latency transactions at all times. We had no choice but to launch our own mobile network, ZebecNet, in partnership and powered by World Mobile.
Zebec is one of the very rare and very few companies in the space that is actually real world use, that people can actually use a product that's in Web3. World Mobile has always said, in order to bank the unbanked, you first need to connect the unconnected. Connecting the unconnected and banking the unbanked is something that seems to be very close to us. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing where we can take this.
We started with our revolution.
So shout out to Black Roo for that. Keeping it moving. It's a ZBCN man. ZBCN Army lock in. Something massive is dropping soon. You felt the silence. You felt the calm before the storm. The calm is officially over. HYPERNATIVE Labs
I am more
and
robotics.
Zebec
Only the best is the best.
potentially, let's see, partnership you didn't know you were waiting for, but your portfolio has been praying for. Not just adding security, not just adding compliance, we're flipping the entire PayFi game on its head and handling institutions the keys to the fastest, most secure real-time money rails ever built. OFAC ready, ISO ready, AI powered threat prevention across 60 chains, real time AML baked straight into stream. This is the moment Zebec stops being the fastest payment chain and becomes the only payment chain enterprise government will touch. It's about to get a whole new category of buyers who couldn't touch us yesterday. Get your bags ready, get your memes ready, get your notifications on. When this announcement hits, the chart's going to speak language only astronauts understand. Zebec season starts now. Who's riding with us to the moon and never coming back? So shout out to ZBCN, man. This is ZBCN Pirate's biggest security upgrade, and PayFi just dropped. Zebec Network locked in with HYPERNATIVE Labs as its institutional grade guardian angel isn't just monitoring, it's the next level real time AI powered fortress mode. We're talking 60 plus change, watch 24/7. Exploits and hacks stop before they happen. OFCA AML compliance baked into the protocol. Instant threat neutralization and funds literally can't be touched. HYPERNATIVE's battle tested system already protects 60 billion with a B plus and assets across the biggest players in Web3. Now it's guarding every ZBCN payroll stream, every RWA flow, every cross-chain payment. This is what institutional adoption looks like. This is PayFi going bulletproof. The future of real-time payments isn't just fast and borderland, it's now unhackable. Let's freaking go. Zebec, who's ready for the safest money streams on the planet? HYPERNATIVE Lab, unstoppable. Fraud plus pushing to threat to playbooks. This is the actual announcement. Zebec expanding its compliance stack with HYPERNATIVE Labs, one of the most advanced real-time threat detections and AML monitoring platforms in Web3, with AI-driven models on-chain, off-chain, telepathy, and proactive exploits prevent across 60-plus chains. HYPERNATIVE strengthens our commitment to security and compliance payments across Zebec's ecosystem as we upgrade our on-chain, off-chain rails to meet global compliance standards set by OFAC and ISO. So let me know what you guys think. Do you favor the announcement? You think it's a good idea, a good partnership? We're going to get to a deep dive in a second. Telegram just locked down Zebec like a vault on steroids. The king of real-world payment streaming is now sitting in the most secure MPC cold storage fortress in the game. Institutional whales and degens alike, your ZBCN bags are now untouchable. Stake it, stream it, pay the entire company in real time, all while sleeping like a baby, knowing Tangent got the keys in a bunker that makes Fort Knox look like a piggy bank. Zebec just went from degen to institution in one move. Zebec plus Tangent, the new standard. Let's freaking go. Let's go to the moon and pay the crew on the way back. That's actually pretty smart, right? Let's see here. This is the Tangent. I was trying to see if Tangent had one for just Zebec. Like, you know, they have their own wallets. But I guess there are with, what is this? Top Swaps, XRP, Solana, Binance, the ZBCN, and HBAR. Let's go. Caspa. What up, brother Israel? What up, BTM, Silver, and Clay? What up, Hitter All Day? Tough loss, brother. Tough loss. New Wave. What up, fam? What up, BTM? What's going on? So this is, I'm here. Who did it again? Zebec in Zebec headquarters. They're the first crypto company to ever in history of the NHL advertise with them. This isn't the mark of the next top 10 cryptos for 2030. I don't know what is. Real-time decentralized crypto payment solution. I see y'all here, Zebec. Zebec pirates, this is the storm we were born for. The skies are black, the waves are raging, the weak are folding, and we are laughing in the thunder. Zebec isn't dipping, it's reloading. Every red candle is just the ocean pulling back before the mother of all tsunamis hits. We've bled together, we've held the line when paper hands jumped overboard. We watched the vision grow, instant payment, AI, finance, real world utility, stacking like treasure chests, partnership loading, Unity nodes locked in, whales circling, and the crew pirates stronger than ever. The darkest only makes our fire burn brighter. This darkness. So scream it when the pirates don't sell the dip. We are the dip that eats the market alive. Lock your wallets, raise the black flag. The greatest wealth transfer in the crypto history is coming. And it's wearing a pirate flag to the moon or to Valhalla, but never do we surrender. All hands on deck. Retreat if you're still here. Reply with a pirate if you're ready to feast. So I got to get me a black pirate flag or something. So I think that was it for Zebec. So let's actually go to this is chat, and chat's going to break down HyperNative Labs. HyperNative is a cybersecurity Web3 security company founded in 2022, headquarters in Haslam, Israel, with team members around the world. The company was established by co-founders with extensive expertise in cloud infrastructure and machine learning, security, and distributed systems. The company, let's see, what does Hibernative do? Hibernative offers real-time security, risk prevention, platform design for Web3, blockchain, and crypto projects. Core features include monitoring on-chain, off-chain data to spot threats, anomalies, and suspicious activity, detecting a wide variety of risks, not just the typical smart contract hacks, but also exploits involving bridges, wallets, market manipulation, governance attacks, phishing, fraud, compliance risk, and etc. Providing automated response, detect alerts, feed into playbooks or actions that can prevent, mitigate the threat in real time. Offering product tools like Guardian, which aims to protect wallets transactions by simultaneously outcomes before execution, Guardian against dangerous or blind sign transactions. So that's pretty cool. I think, who is this? Soloflare should get this because Soloflare's taking people with blind, unsigned transactions, but that's another thing. But I'm not using Soloflare ever again. I contacted those guys and they want to help. So Soloflare is done. I'm through with those guys. As of 2025, Hibernative raised 40 million Series B funds round, bringing total funds to around 56 to 65 million per various sources. The company claims its platform protects more than 100 billion with a B in digital assets across 60 blockchain networks. It services a broad set of clients, including protocols, exchanges, asset managers, wallets, and blockchains. Projects, reportedly over 200 clients. Why Hibernative matters. Web3 blockchain, especially decentralized DeFi, cross-chain bridges, wallets, and token protocols, has a history of security incidents, hacks, and exploits, fraud, phishing, and other threats. Hibernative aims to be proactive shield rather than reactive, catching problems before they lead to losses. By combining AI and ML analysis, on-chain, off-chain data, and automated threat detection, Hibernative feels a growing need for enterprise-grade security at scale, especially for large value projects and institutional participants. Its increasing funding and adoption suggests it's becoming a significant security infrastructure provider in the Web3 ecosystem. I'm going to need to check what they're talking about. Got AI and machine learning analysis. Given your background in data architecture and interest in analytics and cloud, Hibernative is a good example of how data-driven and machine learning-based approaches are being applied to security and blockchain. Interesting. how will its partnership help Zebec? Hit her all day. I'm enjoying collecting free Zebec while staking during rough times. No, that's right, Hitter. That's actually pretty smart. And actually pretty smart to stake now. It ain't going nowhere anyway. So it's a good time to put it up and earn on your staking rewards. Just turning this heater on. It's getting kind of sneezy in here. Good question. If Hypernative partner or integrates with Zebec Network, this could provide a number of meaningful benefits, especially for Zebec's ambitions around real-time payroll payments, compliance, and broader Web3 DeFi infrastructure. Here's how that partnership could help the Zebec and why it makes sense, what Hypernative brings, and why Zebec might want it. Hypernative is the leading Web3 security provider offering real-time monitoring, threat detections, automated response for smart contracts, wallets, bridges, and other on-chain, off-chain components. They claim to protect over 100 billion in assets across 60 blockchains. Their tools like Guardian, Screener, Wallet Protect can flag risky addresses, simulate transactions before execution, block or alert suspicious activity, and enforce contract level or transaction level policies. For a protocol platform like Zebec, which deals with real-time streaming payments, payroll, debit card rails, and treasury management, security is critical. If user funds or flows were exploited, that could cause severe financial losses or reputational damage. So this is definitely a very good thing for Zebec to get some security with the smart contracts or on-chain or payments. What was it? Payments, transactions, and alerts and block suspicious activities. Definitely for streaming, this would be helpful. Also, Hypernative provides a security foundation that goes well beyond standard audits and periodic reviews. Their real-time automated protections help ensure that Zebec's financial rails remain robust even in volatile, adverse environments. So that's another plus. What Zebec gets concrete benefits. If Zebec integrates with Hypernative protection level, here's a concrete advantage they could enjoy. Reduce the risk of hacks and exploits or cross-chain, or smart contracts vulnerability. Zebec's core offering, streaming payroll, payment cards, treasury, and assets rely on secure unblocked infrastructure. Hypernative reduces the chance of funds being drained or misused. That would be big, right? Just that one alone would be enough for a good partnership. Better compliance and regulation, because Zebec also emphasized compliance, identity, KYC, KYB, and real-world payments. Adding robust security helps reassure regulators, enterprises, and institutional partners that funds are safe. Increase trust among users, partners, and enterprises. For enterprise clients, payroll and treasuries provides security-first posture is a must. Hibernative's real-time monitoring helps build institutional-grade trust. Scalability with safety as Zebec expands to more chains, cards, and users. As Zebec scales across the chains, wallets, cards, and DeFi rails. The attack surface grows. Hibernative multi-chain, multi-risk coverage helps Zebec scale more safely. Faster responses to suspicious or malicious activity, real-time detection and automated response, pausing suspicious transactions, blocking dangerous wallets means Zebec can act immediately, preventing losses rather than reacting after the fact. This is definitely something Soloflare should look in while people are getting their wallets drained and all these other smaller wallets where people lose money because there are compromised wallets. We see we're going back here. Earn that 15% on your Zebec. Definitely Phantom beat. Yeah, Phantom, that's what I'm doing. I have 5 million staked for 4 months. I would stake more if I could. Hit her all day. I'm definitely gonna put my staking back in. Some of them expired, so I'm pulling them out and putting them back in. No diddy. Strategic fit. Why partnerships make sense. Zebec aims to bridge Web3 crypto blockchain with real world finance, payroll, cards, and compliance. That inevitably attracts institutional clients and enterprise level regulatory scrutiny. For such a hybrid business, security must be top tier. Hibernative offers that security stack. Web3 and DeFi has been plagued by hacks, bridge exploits, smart contract vulnerabilities as one of the plumbing protocols for real-time money flows. Zebec being compromised would be especially harmful. A security partner mitigates that fundamental risk. I'm Frito and just compound for more. Frito and just compound for more. As part of the scaling multi-chain support, wide card adoption, treasury services, Zebec grows complexity. A monitoring security platform like Hibernative helps manage that, giving them enterprise-grade infrastructure and defense. Security. That's what I'm talking about. And that's definitely helping. What this could mean in practice. Users could feel safer putting their payroll, stablecoin, and other assets into Zebec services, boosting adoption. Enterprise clients, companies using Zebec for payroll or treasury may be more willing to work with Zebec, knowing there's a robust security level. Zebec may avoid large-scale exploits, hacks, security incidents, and could derail its growth or damage reputation. Compliance efforts with KYC, AML, real-world asset regulations, environments gets straightened, making Zebec more attractive for institution-backed use cases. Bottom line, for Zebec, partnering with Hibernative could substantially increase security, reliability, and trustworthy of its platform. That's definitely a plus. Factors that are critical if it wants to scale as real-world finance infrastructure, bridging crypto and traditional finance. So it definitely is a good partnership, especially for Zebec, and Hibernative adds the security that we have been missing. A BTM, like when you get a chance, check out the newest Zebec Man Big News. I'm still trying to figure out ZBCN Endgame is hitting all financial markets. Yeah, it's pretty much got everybody covered, which is what we want, right? You don't want to be like the article, like Chat mentions, you don't want to get caught up. Trust me. You don't want to be like Soloflare, getting your wallets drained and then lying about it, right? And I've been seeing a lot of people leaving Soloflare from that. So yeah, I got a big beef with Solo Flare, but it is what it is. So you said ZBCN, man. What is the new announcement? 5 minutes ago. I don't know how else to show proof Sherlock. What is you saying here? What is this? XRP is all in front of us. Let's piece together. Zebec is a small, fast-sailing vessel used for cross-ocean with cargo, and its values are agile, reliable, and built for long journeys. Sound familiar? In XRP lore, the ship something. Yes, this project is called Normal Banking Operations in 5 years. So what is this? What's going on with Solo Flare? Man, stay away from Solo Flare, bro. I'm just going to say, just throwing it out there. Stay away from Solo Flare and their BS and extra momentum from the wallet. And is this what you're talking about? The, let's go. ZBCN holders wake up. Circulating supply has just plummeted down to 76 billion from higher unlocks earlier this year. This massive chunk effectively sidelined, not burned, confirmed via on-chain, no transaction burnt. But could this be a treasury lockup? Imagine Zebec scooping up billions of ZBCN with card revenue. They've done 60K buybacks monthly before, investing into ecosystems, reserves for DeFi, payroll, staking incentives, institutional partnerships, less float, security, and moonshot potential. We've seen 10% already staked, 7 billion tokens locked by community alone. If the treasury hoarding at 2, price suppression ends, whales rejoice. Do your own research, but this smells like a setup to the 1 cent re-rate who's stacking. Okay, I guess that's what you're talking about. Trading snipers out on the prowl. Is that what you mentioned? New Wave. What's going on with Solo Flare? Just stay away from them, bro. You might as well get Radiant, man. I thought Solo Flare was cool, but they're not cool. So forget Solo Flare. He put something about the circling supply for Zebec. This is what we just read. That something's happening. Circulating supply plummeted down to 76 billion. So that means somebody's buying it up or moving it, right? Trying to see where the circulating supply is. Market cap, unlocked market cap, volume, cap by volume holders, total supply, max supply. Circulating supply, you're right. The circulating supply did go down to 76.4 billion. So where's the other, what is that, 34? 44? 34 billion? What happened here? So what is this? Minus 76.4. 23.6 billion. Wonder what happened to it. So it's actually pretty cool. 26 billion disappeared. Actually, 26.3, you're right, New Wave. I wonder what happened. I wonder where it went. Maybe it's locked and staking somewhere. But let's just get to some articles. This is Gold Rush Crypto Daily talking about Zebec and the partnership. Let's see what he's talking about. Be right back.
For good reason, we're talking about compliance infrastructure that could unlock institutional billions. So get comfortable because we're about to break down why this matters for your portfolio. Before we jump in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We drop daily videos breaking down the crypto news that actually moves markets. And if you get value from this video, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm show this to more people who need to see it. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the official announcement from Zebec Network themselves. They just revealed they're expanding their compliance stack with HYPERNATIVE Labs, and this isn't some small-time operation. HYPERNATIVE is one of the most advanced real-time threat detection and anti-money laundering monitoring platforms in all of Web3. We're talking AI-driven modeling, on-chain plus off-chain telemetry, and proactive exploit prevention across more than 60 chains. Now, why does this matter? Zebec is explicitly stating that this strengthens their commitment to secure and compliant payments across their entire ecosystem, as they upgrade both their on-chain and off-chain rails to meet global compliance standards set by OFAC and ISO. Translation? They're building the payment infrastructure that institutions actually need to move real money. Here's what most people don't understand about crypto adoption. The technology has been ready for years. The speed is there, the efficiency is there, the cost savings are massive. But you know what's been holding back the big players? Compliance. Banks don't care how fast your blockchain is if they can't verify anti-money laundering compliance. Governments don't care about your revolutionary technology if it doesn't meet OFAC sanction standards. Zebec just removed that barrier. Let me give you some context here. Back in June 2025, Zebec acquired GateKnox, which is a compliance orchestration firm. That move was about laying the groundwork. This partnership with HYPERNATIVE, this is about weaponizing that infrastructure. And get this, HYPERNATIVE's tools detected 100% of 2023 exploits 2 minutes before the hacks happened. 2 minutes. That's not just impressive, that's the kind of security guarantee that makes institutional risk management teams actually say yes. All right, folks, now let's look at what the community is saying because this is where it gets exciting. Let's check out this post from ZBCN Man, who's absolutely fired up about this news. He's calling out the $ ZBCN army, saying something massive is dropping soon, and listen to how he frames this. Quote, "You felt the silence, you felt the calm before the storm. That calm is officially over." He's positioning this HYPERNATIVE partnership as the moment everything changes. And honestly, I think he might be right. He breaks down what this means. OFAC ready, ISO ready, AI-powered threat prevention across 60-plus chains, real-time AML baked straight into every stream. Then he makes this bold claim: this is the moment Zebec stops being the fastest payment chain and becomes the only payment chain enterprises and governments will touch. That's a massive statement, but think about it. If you're a government entity or a Fortune 500 company looking to integrate crypto payments, what are your requirements? Speed, security, and compliance. Zebec just checked every single box. ZBCN Man says $ZBCN is about to get a whole new category of buyers who couldn't touch them yesterday. Institutional money doesn't chase hype. They chase infrastructure. And Zebec just delivered infrastructure. Hey there, if you're enjoying this breakdown, do me a favor and drop a comment below telling me what crypto you want me to cover next. I read every single comment, and your suggestions really help shape our content. Plus, it helps the algorithm push this video to more people. Let's keep building this community together, shall we? Now, Alpha Lion also weighed in on this partnership with a perspective that really resonates with me. He emphasizes that as Zebec scales their ecosystem, security and compliance aren't optional anymore. They're core infrastructure. We're talking real-time threat detection, AI-driven monitoring, protection across over 60 chains, all keeping payment rails fast, global, and aligned with OFAC and ISO standards. Pretty impressive, right? His closing line hits different. Zebec never sleeps, always building, always leveling up, always securing new partnerships. That's the kind of consistency you want to see in a project. Not chasing trends, not pivoting every other month, just executing on a clear vision. They're building payment infrastructure for the next decade. That's something to watch out for. Here's another take from ZBCN Shadow that I think honestly frames the bigger picture perfectly. Quote, "This isn't hype, it's infrastructure. AI-driven compliance, on-chain plus off-chain telemetry, exploit prevention across more than 60 chains, building rails that meet OFAC and ISO standards." Then he asked the right question: how does a payment network become institution ready? His answer: payroll, banks, governments, enterprises, they don't move billions without AML plus regulatory alignment. Absolutely correct. The money sitting on the sidelines waiting to enter crypto isn't retail money anymore. Retail is already here. The next wave is institutional. And institutions require compliance frameworks. Zebec isn't chasing trends. They're building the pipes the entire industry will eventually need. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We're building the most informed crypto community on YouTube, and you're missing out on daily alpha that could totally transform your portfolio. Hit that subscribe button right now. Future you will thank present you. All right, folks, let's dive into something really important here. Timing is everything, and Yabex Crypto Money has highlighted a crucial point. They posted, just before ISO, Zebec is going all the way to find and ensure they are compliant and ready to take over the world. Now that ISO reference is a big deal. Zebec is aiming for ISO 20022 certification by late 2025. For those who might not be aware, ISO 20022 is the global financial messaging standard. It's what traditional banks rely on. If Zebec manages to achieve that certification with their compliance infrastructure setup, they're not just another crypto project anymore. They become a legitimate bridge between the crypto world and traditional finance. Imagine banks actually routing payments through Zebec's network. Just think about the volume that could bring. The community is definitely paying attention here. Recent integration updates, along with this compliance news, have driven a 6% rise in the $ZBCN price. But honestly, I believe that's just the beginning. Once institutional buyers catch wind of what Zebec is building, that 6% could end up looking like just a rounding error. Here's something that caught my attention from ZBCN Nut. $ZBCN just hit 89,000 holders, and the price is still under $0.003. Let that sink in for a second. 89,000 holders. That's not bot accounts, that's not wash trading, that's organic growth from people who see the vision. The Solskin data confirms it, a $293 million market cap with real utility and major partnerships rolling in. ZBCN Nut calls this growth pure conviction, and honestly, I agree. More wallets, more traction, more momentum. And here's the exciting part. With real utility plus these major partnerships, this is still early. Their next milestone? 100,000 holders. The way this is trending, that could happen faster than anyone expects. Now, I want to be clear about something. The community discussions around $ZBCN acknowledge there's price volatility. There's talk about manipulation, concerns about short-term trading. That's crypto. That's the market. But the smart money isn't trading the volatility. The smart money is accumulating based on fundamentals. And the fundamentals just got significantly stronger. So think about the narrative here for a moment. Zebec is enabling real-time streaming payments, and they've secured some impressive partnerships like Zelle integration for ISO 20022 compliance. They've also got AI-powered security across more than 60 chains, and they're aligning with, well, every major regulatory standard out there. Now, that's not just a meme coin, that's infrastructure. The community buzz around upcoming listings on exchanges like Coinbase and Binance, that's not baseless speculation. Projects don't get listed on major exchanges without meeting compliance standards. Zebec just supercharged their compliance infrastructure. Connect the dots. Before we wrap up, let me say this. I'm genuinely excited about what Zebec is building. This hyper-native partnership isn't just another announcement. It's a signal that Zebec understands what it takes to go from crypto project to financial infrastructure. And if they execute on this vision, the current price could be the opportunity people look back on in a year and wish they'd acted on. If this video gave you value, share it with someone who needs to know about Zebec. Send it to your crypto group chat, post it on Twitter, let's spread the alpha, and check out my other videos breaking down the hottest projects in crypto. I've got deep dives on everything from layer ones to DeFi protocols. As always, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, understand the risks, and never invest more than you can afford to lose, but do the research, because Zebec is building something that could reshape how money moves in the digital age. I'm Gold Rush, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay bullish, stay informed, and keep stacking those gains. Peace.
Markets kicking off December with losses, though, even after last week's big rebound. Historically, December has been a seasonally strong month without much volatility. Will this December prove to be the same? Well, joining us now is Max Kentner. He is Chief Multi-Asset Strategist at HSBC. Max, it's great to have you back on the show. And let's start right there, because historically, December tends to be one to remember for all the right reasons. How do you see?
So it looks like the article ran up. What up, ZBCN, man? What's going on, bro? We're looking at your post about the 23.6 billion tokens disappeared. What is going on? Huge news coming, I suspect, soon. Wow, 20 billion disappeared. BTM, come join our ZBC in Discord. Send me the information to the Discord, Zebec, man. definitely join or see where we can find it at. But why do you think the 20 billion tokens disappeared? Think somebody's holding them? What's really going on? I don't know. 2 minutes. So this is the next video. Wait a minute. Do this real quick, and then we'll go back to who is that? Is this Trading Sniper? This is not. This is Caesar. So let's run this and come back to Caesar.
Price action right now. We are back on ZBCN for the second time, and if you missed our previous analysis, make sure to check the link in the description so you don't miss any of the key levels or setups we've been tracking. This coin is currently at a critical juncture, and watching how it reacts at this level could give us a clear edge in our trades. Looking closely at ZBCN, the market has been in a clear downtrend for some time. The price has been forming a consistent series of lower highs and lower lows, which is a textbook sign that sellers are firmly in control. This overall bearish structure has been guiding the market's behavior, and until we see a significant breakout or reversal, the sellers are likely to continue dominating. Previously, we identified a critical resistance level that has now turned back into a support level. This level has a history of strong reactions. Whenever the price approached it in the past, it faced significant rejection, confirming its strength as a resistance. However, during recent market movements, the price returned to this level, broke through it, and flipped it into a support level. This shift is important because it signals a potential change in market sentiment. If buyers step in, this support could hold, but if it fails, sellers could push the price even lower. I mentioned earlier that if the price comes back to the support level around 0.0029 and forms a bullish candlestick, it would be a high probability buy setup. Conversely, if the support fails and the price breaks below it, we would wait for the retest of that level and look for a sell setup from that zone. The key takeaway here is patience. Watching how the market reacts at these critical levels will tell us who has control, buyers or sellers. Right now, as we observe the price action, ZBCN is testing the support level again. At this moment, we don't yet have a confirmed entry. There's no clear bullish candlestick to signal a buy, and there's no confirmed breakdown to trigger a sell. This is a classic moment where discipline matters most. Jumping in without confirmation could lead to losses, so it's crucial to wait for the market to tell its story. Here's exactly what I'm watching for on ZBCN. After the current candle closes, we need to see how the price reacts. If a strong bullish candlestick forms at this support level, it signals that buyers are defending the zone, giving us a potential buy opportunity from around 0.0029 upward. On the other hand, if the price fails to hold the support and breaks below it, that indicates sellers are taking control, and we will wait for the retest to confirm a sell from that zone downward. In summary, ZBCN is currently at a key support level around 0.0029. Our previous analysis continues to hold. If the price respects this level, we look for a buy setup. If it fails and breaks, we wait for a retest and then consider selling. The market is speaking through price action. Every candlestick tells a story.
So ZBCN, man, shoot me the link in the messenger on X. See what's going on there. And this is a Cesar and his price prediction 1st of December.
Hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get into it. Here we are. If we're looking at this from a low to a high, the 382 level did not hold. We did break through it as anticipated, and we are now interacting with the 0.5 and likely going lower. What did you do here? You found support at the 0.5, you went up to the 382 where you found direct resistance. The area that had held you as support, you confirmed it for resistance, and now you're bearishly engulfing that candle there. Likely we will see 0026 to 0025 come to play over the coming days, maybe. I do expect that we are going to find support here pretty soon. And you know what's kind of odd? Let's run with this idea here. Let's imagine that we do find support down here. If we were to be in some kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern, it would be slanted, right? By default, by nature, by design here, it would have to be slanted because that high is slanted. Slanted inverse head and shoulders patterns do occur. Right? If we take this low here and we connect the dots down there, we put it right there, that's actually pretty parallel. And again, to me, this low is so close to the head is so pointy, it doesn't really make sense, but it kind of looks like a perfect inverse head and shoulders pattern, other than the fact that it's slanted, but the slant is even parallel, which is perfect in itself, at the golden ratio. So 00261, 00251, something in there is where I think you'll find support. That's my thoughts, genuinely. I think that's where we're going to go. Looking at the 1 hour time frame here, looking at this, you are building a little bit of volume as you're coming down, but not much. The RSI looks bearish, stochastics look bearish, and you guessed it, the MACD is also abhorrent, to say the best. For 4 hour time frame here, also very bearish RSI, bouncing off the oversold zone, then rejecting the 40. That's not a good look, right? It's like if you rejected the overbought zone and you bounce off the 60, that's a good look, typically. And right there, it didn't seem to be that good. He did move up a little bit more, to be fair. The MACD, man, the MACD had perfect bullish divergence, and it just went away. It went away entirely. Stochastics bearish, RSI bearish, MACD bearish, all bearish. Daily time frame bearish on the stochastics, bearish on the MACD, and the RSI is bearish as well. We have lower highs in the price with higher highs in the RSI, hidden bearish divergence. Likely what's going to happen, I want to see here real quick before I speak to this. I was going to say likely we close below this low and then we get some bullish divergence, but that would not agree with my golden ratio retracement idea. Let's say the golden ratio doesn't hold. Let's say you do go below 00251. I don't think you will. I'm pretty confident this is where you'll find support. But let's say you go down to 00239, 0022. At that point, definitely not an inverse head and shoulders to any degree, more of like a higher low. But at that point here, you're closing below this daily low close right there, and you would probably have a higher low in the RSI that's bullish divergence. So even if the golden ratio doesn't hold you up, there's actually more bullish prospects below as well. So I highly doubt that we go below this low, but we're really in a great area to buy. Again, sometimes it helps perspective. It helps, right? If we're in this box, let's call it a box, okay? Here's the top of the box. Here's the low end of the box right here. I mean, in regards to this box, from the low to the high, maybe the high to the low, that actually might be better. Let's take the high to the low. In the context of this box, we are in the bottom quarter, the bottom quadrant. We're in the bottom quadrant. I don't know, the bottom fifth, not even the bottom quarter. The 236, right? That's about a quarter. It's like 25% of the range. Below there, we're like below 20% of this range overall. We're in the bottom 20% of what is the best opportunities to buy, is all I'm trying to say. If you're looking at it throughout this range, this whole range, this is truly a great opportunity to buy. Don't let me stop you. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. You're trying to hit the buy.
So unless you, this is definitely a good time to buy, but anytime is a good time to buy ZBCN. But we'll get to our favorite, what is this? Our favorite liked, disliked crypto journey, and the US dollar scan, digital dollar. What? They must use the ZBCN, ZBCN price analyst. And he's also going over, what is this? The partnership with HYPERNATIVE. Some things I didn't even see. So I know you guys hate the video with the AI, but this is actually a pretty good video. So let's click to it and we'll be right back. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. And what happened to ZBCN, man? Come back and hot your boy. But we'll be right back.
To explain exactly why Zebec Network isn't just positioned for government adoption. It might be the only infrastructure that can deliver what Trump's policy demands without violating his CBDC ban. Let me start by explaining the FedNow system and why it's inadequate for what the government actually needs. FedNow launched in July 2023 with the stated goal of providing instant payments for Americans. The Federal Reserve described it as allowing payments to be processed in seconds, available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Banks and credit unions can sign up and offer instant payment services to customers. This sounds revolutionary until you understand the limitations. FedNow is a messaging and settlement system that works through traditional banking infrastructure. When you send money via FedNow, your bank sends a message to the recipient's bank through the Fed's network. The Fed debits your bank's reserve account and credits the recipient bank's reserve account. Then the recipient bank credits the customer's account. This happens quickly, but it's not truly instant. And it only works during hours when banks have liquidity in their Fed accounts. More critically, FedNow doesn't eliminate costs. Banks pay fees to use FedNow. They pass those fees to customers. Small businesses and individuals still pay for instant payments. Compare this to blockchain-based stablecoin infrastructure where transaction costs are measured in fractions of a cent. FedNow is faster than traditional banking, but it's not the paradigm shift that true blockchain infrastructure provides. Fed Chair Jerome Powell acknowledged this indirectly. In testimony before Congress, he stated that FedNow addresses the issues that some have raised about the need for a CBDC. Translation: FedNow is the compromise solution. It's what the Fed could build without creating an actual digital currency. But compromises, by definition, don't fully solve the problem. If you're still with me, comment FedNow limitations. I want to see who understands why traditional infrastructure upgrades can't compete with blockchain-based solutions. Now let me explain Trump's executive order banning CBDCs and why it creates urgent demand for alternative infrastructure. On January 23, 2025, President Trump signed Executive Order 14178, titled Strengthening American Leadership in Digital Financial Technology. Section 4 of the order explicitly states that agencies are prohibited from undertaking any action to establish, issue, or promote a CBDC and should terminate any plans or initiatives related to the creation of a CBDC. The stated reasoning is that CBDCs threaten the stability of the financial system, individual privacy, and the sovereignty of the United States. This echoes congressional concerns that a Fed-controlled digital currency could enable surveillance, programmable money that restricts how citizens spend, and centralized control incompatible with American values of financial freedom. But here's the strategic problem this creates. Other nations are aggressively developing CBDCs. China has rolled out the digital yuan with over 260 million wallet users. The European Central Bank is in preparation phase for a digital euro. The Bank of England is exploring a digital pound. Over 134 jurisdictions globally are researching, piloting, or launching CBDCs. If the US doesn't have competitive digital payment infrastructure, the dollar risks losing its status as global reserve currency. International trade could shift to digital yuan or digital euro if those systems are faster and cheaper than dollar-based payments. This is an existential threat to US monetary dominance. Trump's solution is promoting privately issued, dollar-backed stablecoins instead of a government-issued CBDC. The executive order explicitly calls for advancing the global growth of dollar-backed stablecoins. The Genius Act, signed July 18, 2025, created the regulatory framework for stablecoins with reserve requirements, compliance mandates, and oversight. This creates the perfect conditions for infrastructure like Zebec. The government can't build a CBDC, but they can support private sector stablecoin infrastructure that achieves the same policy goals: instant settlement, global dollar circulation, compliance controls, cost efficiency, all without federal agencies issuing currency. Zebec becomes the infrastructure layer that makes Trump's stablecoin strategy actually work at scale. Let me show you why traditional banking infrastructure fundamentally can't deliver what the government needs by 2030. The Federal Reserve's own research acknowledges that building a CBDC would take several years of significant information technology investment and testing. But that option is now banned. So what can traditional banks do with existing infrastructure? They can upgrade to FedNow. But FedNow still requires banks as intermediaries. Every payment flows through bank accounts. This creates dependency on banking infrastructure that 93 million Americans don't have access to because they're unbanked or underbanked. FedNow doesn't solve financial inclusion. Traditional banks can offer faster ACH processing, but ACH still takes hours to days for settlement. Businesses waiting for payments still face cash flow problems. Workers waiting for paychecks still need predatory payday loans to access their earned wages early. Traditional banks can reduce wire fees, but international wires still require correspondent banking relationships. The US sending money to the Philippines still involves multiple intermediaries, each adding cost and time. Cross-border payments remain expensive and slow, and traditional banks can integrate with blockchain infrastructure, which brings us back to Zebec. Because traditional banks integrating with blockchain is exactly what's needed. Not banks building their own blockchain, not the Fed building a CBDC, but licensed financial institutions partnering with compliant blockchain protocols to deliver modern payment infrastructure. Zebec positioned itself perfectly for this model. They're not asking banks to abandon traditional systems. They're providing blockchain infrastructure that banks can integrate with existing operations. A regional bank can use Zebec for payroll processing while maintaining traditional checking accounts and lending operations. The bank remains a bank. They just use better payment rails. This hybrid model is the only realistic path forward given Trump's CBDC ban. And Zebec built this hybrid model before anyone knew Trump would win and ban CBDCs. Comment hybrid infrastructure model if you're seeing why public-private partnership is the only way forward for US digital dollar strategy. Now let me explain the specific government use cases where Zebec infrastructure solves critical problems that FedNow and traditional banking can't address. Use case 1, federal benefit payments. The US government distributes over $1 trillion annually in Social Security, unemployment benefits, veteran benefits, disaster relief, and other federal payments. Currently, these flow through paper checks or direct deposit to bank accounts. Paper checks are expensive to print and mail, slow to process, and frequently lost or stolen. Direct deposit requires recipients to have bank accounts, excluding the in-bank population. And even direct deposit takes days to process. Disaster relief during hurricanes or wildfires needs to reach victims immediately, not in 5 to 7 business days. Zebec's infrastructure enables instant benefit streaming using USDC stablecoins. The Treasury could stream Social Security payments daily instead of monthly. Unemployment benefits could flow continuously as individuals report job search activities. Disaster relief could be distributed to crypto wallets accessible via smartphones within hours of a disaster declaration. Recipients without bank accounts could receive benefits on Zebec cards, prepaid cards that work anywhere MasterCard is accepted. The in-bank population gains access to federal benefits without needing traditional banking relationships. This dramatically improves financial inclusion, a stated policy priority. Use case 2. Government contractor and employee payments. The federal government is the largest employer in the United States with over 4 million employees. They also contract with thousands of companies for goods and services. Processing payroll for federal employees and paying contractors involves enormous administrative overhead. Traditional payroll systems require batch processing, manual verification, and significant delays. Contractors often wait 30 to 60 days for payment after delivering services. This creates cash flow problems for small businesses working with the government. Zebec's continuous payment streaming enables federal agencies to pay employees in real time as they work. Pay periods become irrelevant. Workers access earned wages instantly. Contractors receive payment immediately upon completion and verification of work. Smart contracts automate the verification and payment process, reducing administrative burden. The cost savings would be substantial. The government spends billions annually on payroll processing and accounts payable operations. Zebec infrastructure reduces those costs to near zero while improving payment speed. Use case 3, international aid and remittances. The US provides billions in foreign aid annually to developing countries. Traditional distribution involves wire transfers through correspondent banks to foreign governments or NGOs, who then distribute to end recipients. This process is slow, expensive, and vulnerable to corruption. Significant portions of aid never reach intended recipients. Zebec enables direct distribution to end recipients using stablecoin infrastructure. The State Department or USAID could stream aid directly to individuals in recipient countries via crypto wallets. Recipients receive USDC instantly. can hold it as a stable store of value or convert to local currency. Intermediaries are eliminated. Corruption is reduced through transparent blockchain tracking. This also supports dollar dominance globally. Individuals and countries with unstable currencies would hold USDC as their primary savings vehicle. Every person holding USDC instead of local currency is choosing dollars over their national currency. This extends dollar hegemony into the digital era. Use case 4, tax collection and refunds. The IRS collects over $4 trillion annually in taxes and processes hundreds of millions of tax refunds. Current systems are slow and expensive. Tax refunds take weeks to months to process. Electronic filing and direct deposit improved speed, but refunds still take 7 to 21 days. Zebec infrastructure enables instant tax refunds. The IRS verifies a return, approves the refund, and streams the payment instantly to the taxpayer's wallet or card. Taxpayers receive refunds in minutes instead of weeks. This improves citizen satisfaction with government services and provides immediate economic stimulus as refunds are spent in the economy. For tax collection, Zebec could enable installment payment plans with automated streaming. Taxpayers owing back taxes could set up automatic streams from their wallets to the IRS, avoiding collection actions and legal complications. These 4 use cases represent trillions in annual government payment volume. If even 10% of federal payment operations migrated to Zebec infrastructure by 2030, that's hundreds of billions in transaction volume, creating sustained demand for ZBCN tokens. Let me show you why Zebec's compliance infrastructure uniquely qualifies them for government partnerships. Federal agencies can't partner with random blockchain protocols. Government procurement requires extensive compliance certifications, licenses, and oversight capabilities. Zebec completed SOC 2 Type 2 compliance in August 2025. This certification is mandatory for any technology provider handling federal data or financial transactions. It proves Zebec has adequate security controls, data protection, and operational procedures audited by independent third parties. Zebec is pursuing ISO 27001 certification by end of 2025. This international standard for information security management is often required for vendors working with defense and intelligence agencies. ISO 27001 certification demonstrates enterprise-grade security that meets government standards. Zebec acquired Payroll Growth Partners, a traditional payroll services company with licenses in multiple U.S. states. Payroll processing is heavily regulated. State labor departments and the Department of Labor oversee payroll companies. By acquiring a licensed payroll company, Zebec inherited existing regulatory relationships and compliance infrastructure. This is critical for federal adoption. The government doesn't want to explain why they're working with a crypto startup, but they can easily justify partnering with a licensed payroll services company that happens to use blockchain infrastructure in the back end. Zebec acquired GateKnox in June 2025 to embed KYC and AML tools directly into payment infrastructure. Federal agencies are legally required to conduct KYC and AML screening for all payment recipients. Zebec's integrated compliance tools meet these requirements at the protocol level, and Zebec partners with Circle for USDC integration. Circle is one of the most regulated stablecoin issuers, operating under New York State banking supervision and holding money transmitter licenses in most U.S. states. USDC reserves are held in U.S. regulated institutions and fully audited. When Zebec processes payments using USDC, the government gets stablecoin infrastructure with regulatory legitimacy. Circle can freeze wallets when law enforcement requests it. Circle complies with OFAC sanctions by blocking addresses associated with sanctioned entities. Circle provides transaction monitoring and reporting that federal agencies require. This compliance stack, SOC 2, ISO 27001, state licenses, KYC AML integration, and regulated stablecoin partnership, is exactly what federal procurement officers look for. Zebec didn't build this for retail crypto users. They built it specifically for institutional and government clients. If you're still watching, comment compliance infrastructure. I want to know who understands that regulatory credentials matter more than technology for government adoption. Now let me address the timeline for when government adoption could realistically happen. Federal procurement moves slowly. Agencies evaluating new technology vendors go through extensive vetting processes. Even after a vendor is approved, pilot programs precede full deployment. This entire cycle takes 2 to 5 years. The Genius Act takes effect in January 2027 or 120 days after final regulations are issued, whichever comes first. This means the regulatory framework for stablecoins will be fully operational by mid-2027 at the latest. Federal agencies can begin implementing stablecoin-based payment infrastructure once this framework is in place. Pilot programs would start in 2027. A likely candidate is the Small Business Administration testing Zebec for disaster relief payments in a specific region, or the Department of Veterans Affairs piloting instant benefit payments for a subset of veterans. These pilots happen under NDA without public announcement. If pilots succeed, which they likely would given Zebec's proven technology, expanded deployment happens in 2028 and 2029. Multiple federal agencies adopt Zebec infrastructure for different payment use cases. Transaction volumes scale from millions to billions annually. By 2030, Zebec could be processing significant portions of federal payment operations. Social Security benefits streaming to millions of recipients. Federal employee payroll for hundreds of thousands of workers. Government contractor payments across multiple agencies. International aid distribution in dozens of countries. This 2027 to 2030 timeline aligns perfectly with the Bank of America projection that the Fed would issue a CBDC between 2025 and 2030. But since Trump banned CBDCs, that projection now applies to stablecoin infrastructure adoption instead. The need for digital dollar infrastructure doesn't go away just because the government can't build it directly. The need shifts to private sector solutions. Zebec is positioned as the leading private sector solution that can deliver what a CBDC would have provided, but without federal agencies issuing currency. Let me address the competitive landscape and why Zebec has advantages over alternatives. Other protocols offer payment streaming. Superfluid focuses on DeFi applications. Sablier targets crypto-native users for vesting and subscription payments. Both are technically capable, but lack the compliance infrastructure and traditional finance integration that government adoption requires. Traditional fintech companies like Stripe, Square, or PayPal have compliance credentials, but aren't building continuous payment streaming infrastructure. They're focused on merchant services and consumer payments, not government distribution systems. Major banks could build proprietary blockchain payment systems. JP Morgan has JPM Coin for internal settlements. But bank solutions are typically permissioned and closed, not suitable for government use cases requiring public accessibility and interoperability. Zebec occupies a unique position. They have blockchain infrastructure with the speed and cost advantages crypto provides. But they also have traditional finance compliance through licenses, certifications, and regulated partnerships. This combination is extremely rare. Additionally, Zebec's multi-chain approach provides flexibility. They operate on Solana for speed, integrate with Ethereum for interoperability, support BNB chain for specific use cases, and can adapt to whatever blockchain preferences federal agencies have. A one blockchain solution wouldn't work across different government departments with different technical requirements. This flexibility combined with compliance infrastructure makes Zebec the strongest candidate for government partnership. Let me bring this analysis to a conclusion. The US government faces a strategic imperative. They must maintain dollar dominance globally while other nations deploy CBDCs. They must provide instant digital payment infrastructure to compete with China's digital yuan and Europe's digital euro. They must improve financial inclusion for in-bank populations. They must reduce costs of government payment operations. And they must achieve all this without building a CBDC, which Trump explicitly banned. The only solution is private sector stablecoin infrastructure that delivers CBDC benefits without federal currency issuance. Trump's executive order and the Genius Act create the exact regulatory framework for this model. Zebec built the exact infrastructure this model requires. Continuous payment streaming for instant settlement. USDC integration for dollar-backed transactions. SOC2 and ISO 27001 compliance for federal procurement. State payroll licenses for regulated financial services, KYC and AML tools for compliance, MasterCard partnerships for global accessibility, multi-chain flexibility for diverse use cases. Every piece of the puzzle is in place. The government needs this infrastructure by 2030 to remain competitive globally. Zebec can deliver it by 2027. The question isn't whether the government will adopt stablecoin payment infrastructure. Trump's policy makes that inevitable. The question is which infrastructure provider wins the federal contracts. Based on compliance credentials, technical capabilities, strategic positioning, and existing partnerships, Zebec is the strongest candidate. Not because they're marketing to the government, but because they built exactly what government procurement requirements demand. For ZBCN token holders, federal adoption would be transformational. Government payment volume is measured in trillions annually. Even a small percentage flowing through Zebec infrastructure creates sustained token demand that dwarfs current transaction volumes. And federal adoption validates Zebec for state governments, foreign governments, and large corporations.
So clearly, Zebec is ahead of the curve, right? And if what the AI video is saying is true, Zebec will inevitably be the pick for the government to use as a CBDC or a stable coin. They already have the compliance, they have the cross-border payments, so it's only a matter of time until the adoption hits. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Do you think Zebec will be a good partnership with the government for their stablecoin, right? Or the infrastructure that the government's looking for? I think it is, and it will. And I think it's positioning itself to be in perfect position for government adoption, especially with the hyper native edition, plus all the other pieces that are already in place, plus the ISO 20022, plus the existing framework and the streaming payroll. So it has security mastered, it has the payroll, it has the updates. Zebec is pretty much unstoppable at this point. Let's finish up with Caesar and call it a night.
Button here, don't let me stop you. We probably do go lower, but don't let me stop you, because whether you buy here, right here, or you buy here, right here, or you even buy down here, it's all the same whenever we're up here, right? You just draw a circle down there. I bought here. Does it matter if you bought right here or right down here? Who cares? You bought here. It's the same thing over here. I bought here. The most opportunistic moment that we've seen since May. It makes a lot of sense that we're probably going to rally and go higher at some point after this. And again, the same thoughts back here are coming up that we had all the way back here, which is that just because we found the low doesn't mean that we're going to go up to new all-time highs next week. There are going to be highs and higher lows, and higher highs and higher lows. There are going to be points of consolidation, and then we'll break out to the upside. Unfortunately, we didn't break out to the upside this time, or last time, but maybe this time, again, we consolidate, we move up, we're at these points we're about to break, and then we rally. And then the real fun happens. But it will be fun. The recovery is always nice as well. Building back faith and hope is fun, but that consolidation that'll happen likely toward the top end of this range, that's when the real fun begins. That's when we start to expand to these 3-4.5 cent targets or higher that we've long awaited now. Seems like an eternity ago. Man, I remember we've come so far with Zebec, man, that we've long awaited now. It seems like my own personal interaction with the community. Back here, I was hated on severely for saying that Zebec would go lower. We weren't even bearish enough. We were calling for the prices originally to go to right about here, and it actually went tremendously lower than that. But now I feel like we're all on the same page, right? Now we're all on the same page. Oh, it's going to go a little bit lower. Okay, that makes sense. You've been tried and tested at this point, Zebecians. You're not just high off the euphoria. Reality has hit you in the face, and you know how this goes. But again, you know how this goes. You are going to move to the upside. Inevitably, you will. This is a very bullish chart itself. There was something I was supposed to do some research on. I'm so sorry. Let me For my next Zebec video, I've got something that I want to address. Somebody hit me up in the DMs and they were asking me if there was any merit to what this one guy is saying. I don't know. He referenced a YouTuber who I'm not aware of, but apparently somebody's saying ZBCN's a scam and that it's going to go to zero. I don't think that's true. I don't think it's true at all. And they're building. I don't think it is. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, I want to do some research. Whoever you are, if you're watching this video, just understand I haven't forgotten about you. It's just been a very busy past couple of days on it. It's been a very busy week, and that's just a bad excuse, is all that is. But anyways, 0027 now from a high to a low. The likely target area that we will go to when we break out, I believe, is somewhere between about 3 cents and 4.5 cents. If we don't stop here, it's probably only because we went higher. That's my expectation. I have nothing else to say. I don't want to say anything else. I think I'm done. So hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves, take care of your pets, take care of yourself, right? Take care of yourself, take care of your plants, your water, you know, your I guess water your plants, what I was trying to say, but really take care of yourself. Get some good sleep. If you're out here, if you're watching the charts all the time, if you're up and you're manic and you're panicked and you're remote.
Shout out to Cesar and that analysis. I do think he is right. Going to come down a little bit before the breakout. What's your theory on those 20 billion missing, Edgar? That's what we're trying to figure out. I would definitely want to know if anybody has any information on these 20 billion tokens missing. But I do think it is somebody buying them for a staking, or it's off chain for an exchange, right? Would the exchange take them out of circulation? I don't know. Could Binance be doing that to list the 30 billion on the exchange? But I don't think they have to take them off the circulation, right? They don't take them out of circulation, do they? Only when they would come off is if it came off the exchange. But let me know when you get a chance what you guys think in the comments. Gonna play Get Rich, Grow Happy real quick. This is a quick video, and I guess we'll shut it down. But I'm interested to see if anybody has any ideas on the 20 billion missing from the circulating supply. 23.6 actually. But let me know in the comments. Let's see what Grow Rich, Grow Happy has to say. Vibing with Mr. Force.
I got some heat for you guys. Check this out. Zebec Nation.
If you still think crypto is fighting regulators, you're already behind. Right now, projects like Zebec Network are building directly into the compliance systems enterprises trust, and this may be the shift most people miss. The latest news confirms it. Zebec Network Coin just partnered with HYPERNATIVE to expand its compliance tech, using AI-driven threat detection, real-time monitoring, and AML-grade security across more than 60 blockchains. This isn't making payments anonymous. It's making payments regulation-ready. Most crypto startups try to avoid scrutiny. Zebec Network is actually building for it, integrating tools that meet global standards set by OFAC and ISO. Here's what that signals. As enterprise money enters crypto, the winners won't be the loudest projects. They'll be the ones infrastructure relies on. HYPERNATIVE enhances Zebec Network's ecosystem by protecting real-time payrolls, treasury operations, and enterprise settlement flows from exploits or regulatory risk. That's the kind of architecture banks notice, and governments can work with. AI security, on-chain telemetry, proactive threat prevention. These words sound technical now, but later they'll sound like, oh, that's when it shifted. And that's the role of cryptochrome, narrating the shift before it becomes obvious. Follow now, because once the system fully adopts this model, people still looking for hype-based crypto may realize they were focused on the wrong type of innovation. Compliance used to be seen as friction, but Zebec Network proves friction is speed, because once you realize compliance speeds money instead of slowing it, the idea never leaves you.
In short, let me tell you what's going on. This new partnership that Zebec has with HYPERNATIVE basically gives them a 24/7 security team watching every transaction around the clock. They are now playing in the big leagues. You got banks, you got other financial institutions, you got corporations. And this is the type of security that those major players have. Zebec cannot be a leader in payroll and control all of this payroll flow and not have some way to protect it from hackers and other people that want to do malicious things like steal people's payroll from them. This is the way to go. This is the future. And when Zebec do things like this is just making their moat one of those that you cannot get to. Their competitors are way on the other side. And us, those of us, the free thinkers, we know what we hold. We continue to snatch up all of these low prices on the ZBCN tokens because we know that when this explodes, so will our pockets. To the next one, this your boy. I'm out.
Rage around like an ocean in my head because there are
More on the AI trade, Wedbush's Dan Ives joins us here and said he just released his 2026 outlook, forecasting 20% upside for the tech sector next year. When we say tech sector, define it. All of the NASDAQ, Mag 7 names, what are you seeing?
I think big tech, if I think about like big tech in the AI trade, that's probably going to be up anywhere from 20 to 25%. But I think it's really the AI revolution stocks. What I view as sort of the winners, up 20% in a minimum. Look, it's my view. This is just starting the next stage of the AI revolution. I mean, all of our checks are showing, even in the last 3-4 weeks, about 20-25% of deals are actually accelerated from the hyperscalers. So that's why I view it from software to cybersecurity, the infrastructure. I continue to view it as, this is just the beginning of the monetization of the AI revolution.
What do you make of these deals, though, that NVIDIA has been making in terms of investing in a partner, which is basically a customer? Because in this case, the deal is that Synopsys will use CUDA, and so we'll become a paying customer. So they're investing $2 billion in stock in order to gain this customer. At some point, do you question that, or is that all fine?
Look, I mean, as someone like myself that covered tech, late 90s vendor financing, so obviously, worries, is that a red flag? Look, I view it as, this isn't
The $ZBCN army saying something massive is dropping soon, and listen to how he frames this. Quote, "You felt the silence, you felt the calm before the storm. That calm is officially over." He's positioning this HYPERNATIVE partnership as the moment everything changes. And honestly, I think he might be right. He breaks down what this means. OFAC ready, ISO ready, AI-powered threat prevention across 60+ chains, real-time AML baked straight into every stream. Then he makes this bold claim: this is the moment Zebec stops being the fastest payment chain and becomes the only payment chain enterprises and governments will touch. That's a massive statement, but think about it. If you're a government entity or a Fortune 500 company looking to integrate crypto payments, what are your requirements? Speed, security, and compliance. Zebec just checked every single box. ZBCN man says $ZBCN is about to get a whole new category of buyers who couldn't touch them yesterday. Institutional money doesn't chase hype. They chase infrastructure. And Zebec just delivered infrastructure. Hey there, if you're enjoying this breakdown, do me a favor and drop a comment below telling me what crypto you want me to cover next. I read every single comment, and your suggestions really help shape our content. Plus, it helps the algorithm push this video to more people. Let's keep building this community together, shall we? Now, Alpha Lion also weighed in on this partnership with a perspective that really resonates with me. He emphasizes that as Zebec scales their ecosystem, security and compliance aren't optional anymore. They're core infrastructure. We're talking real-time threat detection, AI-driven monitoring, protection across over 60 chains, all keeping payment rails fast, global, and aligned with OFAC and ISO standards. Pretty impressive, right? His closing line hits different. Zebec never sleeps, always building, always leveling up, always securing new partnerships. That's the kind of consistency you want to see in a project. Not chasing trends, not pivoting every other month, just executing on a clear vision. They're building payment infrastructure for the next decade. That's something to watch out for. Here's another take from ZBCN Shadow that I think honestly frames the bigger picture perfectly. Quote, "This isn't hype, it's infrastructure. AI-driven compliance, on-chain plus off-chain telemetry, exploit prevention across more than 60 chains, building rails that meet OFAC and ISO standards." Then he asked the right question: how does a payment network become institution ready? His answer: payroll, banks, governments, enterprises, they don't move billions without AML plus regulatory alignment. Absolutely correct. The money sitting on the sidelines waiting to enter crypto isn't retail money anymore. Retail is already here. The next wave is institutional, and institutions require compliance frameworks. Zebec isn't chasing trends, they're building the pipes the entire industry will eventually need. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We're building the most informed crypto community on YouTube, and you're missing out on daily alpha that could totally transform your portfolio. Hit that subscribe button right now. Future you will thank present you.
What up, Creative Control? What's going on? Thanks for reposting the stream. We're trying to figure out what's up with this. What is it? 27. What did he say? 23.6 billion tokens that disappeared. I don't know. Do you have any insight? Anybody have any information on that? Anybody, somebody, everybody. Somebody let me know something. So I'm going to run this video and I guess finish it up.
All right, folks, let's dive into something really important here. Timing is everything, and Yabex's crypto money has highlighted a crucial point. They posted, just before ISO, Zebec is going all the way to find and ensure they are compliant and ready to take over the world. Now that ISO reference is a big deal. Zebec is aiming for ISO 20022 certification by late 2025. For those who might not be aware, ISO 20022 is the global financial messaging standard. It's what traditional banks rely on. If Zebec manages to achieve that certification with their compliance infrastructure set up, they're not just another crypto project anymore. They become a legitimate bridge between the crypto world and traditional finance. Imagine banks actually routing payments through Zebec's network. Just think about the volume that could bring. The community is definitely paying attention here. Recent integration updates, along with this compliance news, have driven a 6% rise in the $ZBCN price. But honestly, I believe that's just the beginning. Once institutional buyers catch wind of what Zebec is building, that 6% could end up looking like just a rounding error. Here's something that caught my attention from ZBCN Nut. $ZBCN just hit 89,000 holders, and the price is still under $0.003. Let that sink in for a second. 89,000 holders. That's not bot accounts, that's not wash trading, that's organic growth from people who see the vision. The Solskin data confirms it, a $293 million market cap with real utility and major partnerships rolling in. ZBCN Nut calls this growth pure conviction, and honestly, I agree. More wallets, more traction, more momentum. And here's the exciting part. With real utility plus these major partnerships, this is still early. Their next milestone? 100,000 holders. The way this is trending, that could happen faster than anyone expects. Now, I want to be clear about something. The community discussions around $ZBCN acknowledge there's price volatility. There's talk about manipulation, concerns about short-term trading. That's crypto. That's the market. But the smart money isn't trading the volatility. The smart money is accumulating based on fundamentals. And the fundamentals just got significantly stronger. So think about the narrative here for a moment. Zebec is enabling real-time streaming payments, and they've secured some impressive partnerships like Zelle integration for ISO 20022 compliance. They've also got AI-powered security across more than 60 chains, and they're aligning with, well, every major regulatory standard out there. Now, that's not just a meme coin, that's infrastructure. The community buzz around upcoming listings on exchanges like Coinbase and Binance, that's not baseless speculation. Projects don't get listed on major exchanges without meeting compliance standards. Zebec just supercharged their compliance infrastructure. Connect the dots. Before we wrap up, let me say this. I'm genuinely excited about what Zebec is building. This hyper-native partnership isn't just another announcement. It's a signal that Zebec understands what it takes to go from crypto project to financial infrastructure. And if they execute on this vision, the current price could be the opportunity people look back on in a year and wish they'd acted on. If this video gave you value, share it with someone who needs to know about Zebec. Send it to your crypto group chat, post it on Twitter, let's spread the alpha, and check out my other videos breaking down the hottest projects in crypto. I've got deep dives on everything from layer 1s to DeFi protocols. As always, this is not financial advice. Do your own research.
So again, this is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. But it's your main man, BTM, signing out. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And super chat. What the freak is happening? Okay. And super chat and ZBCN man, I did join the Discord, so we'll see. But just trying to figure out, did anybody understand what happened to the 23 million Zebec? Right? What's going on? Anybody? Everybody? Somebody? Let me know in the comments. Just triple checking something here. See if they pop back up. If not, we will shut it down for the day. Where are we? Yeah, you're right, GBCN man. Circling supply is 76.2 billion. It's weird. Something happened. There you go. Self-reporting. Verified project circulating supply. However, according to the project, the self-reported circulating supply, self-reported market cap as follows. Interesting. Let me see if we can grab this real quick while we are waiting. See if this happens. Where did it go? Eureka. All right. Well, as always, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. It's your main man, BTM, signing out. Peace and hair grease, and catch you guys probably Wednesday. Got a Christmas party tomorrow, but definitely catch you guys Wednesdays. Thanks for joining, and miners out.